And boom, look at that, we're live already. The app is much slicker than it used to be. Well, let's share this out real quick, and then we'll get stuck into it. All right. So let's try and do a quick recap of the German turn. Oh, I did not take off the DG markers for the Germans. That's got to come off. And there was one other one here somewhere. Oh, maybe there wasn't. I think that was it. So, quick recap for the 26th of July turn, which is turn 6, I believe, if I'm keeping track with my die over there. And Germans won initiative and took it. And the biggest event that occurred was two primary things. One, we managed to put the Das Reich back into supply here, and in fact, they actually launched an attack, so they're now adjacent to Smolensk. Not that I think that's going to help a whole lot, but it made me feel good to do it. And then looking at the wall that had been managed to be built here by the Soviets, I got pretty frustrated as the German player trying to assess where to break through and how to break through and where was an appropriate place that I could bring enough force to bear that I could pop through and then do some isolating and then sort of clear either the northern or southern wing. And so I elected to go to plan B, and plan B was, let me grab a couple of dice to mark where these guys were. There was a unit here and a unit here. And I elected to take, there were 2 divisions here and 1 division here, or here somewhere. And we hip shot and attacked both hexes and blew them away. There were 5 1-3s or 5-0-3s, so very weak. And once we got the the big +4 or +5 on the surprise rolls, we were in a really good position to get between 1 and 6 column shifts on the attack. So we blew those hexes away pretty easily, which then allowed me to push the rest of the divisions through. And actually, this was here. Push the rest of the divisions through, and we're going to go around. If I can't go through, let's go around. I didn't realize just how weak these were, so it all worked out well for the Germans. Now, I'm hoping there's going to be some Soviet reinforcements this turn, and we'll be able to slow this down here. But you can see there's a straight shot to Rzhev over on the right-hand side of the screen. I'm just trying to not knock anything else over here. So over there on the right, here's Rzhev with a lot of EPs, and then we've got Yatsevo down here. Oh, that's not Yatsevo, but Vyazma here. So there's a bunch of important locations down here, and if we can get down to here, we can block supply to Smolensk. Now, of course, all the seasoned players are going to be saying, well, Kevin, you'll be out of supply, and that may well be the case. But in the meantime, we are going to truck whatever we can and whatever we need as far and as fast as we can to push supply up to these forces so that we can, have a shot at it. And at the very least, it'll cause perhaps some adjustments here by the Soviets. I haven't really had a good look at it yet to decide what I'm going to do, but we'll see. All right, so that's kind of what's happened. Now I got to go through the whole administrative exercise with with the Russians. So I've got to roll for supply and all that sort of fun stuff. So I'm just going to do that here off to one side, and I'll try and provide some sort of running commentary as we go along. Get some of these dice out of the die tray so we can make things happen. All right, I'm gonna roll 3 dice. One is going to be for the special replacements that occur. That's going to be the yellow die, which you can't see, but just trust me. I roll 3 for the yellow die. That's going to be in a division for the Soviets and an alarm unit. And I rolled a 9 for supply for the Soviets, which is going to give them 11 SP, which is a bunch. So I'll take 10 like that, and then a 1. That will make 11. And what I do is just pop the supply over to one side of the map, and then we work it out later. And I'm going to grab a random unit. I'm just going to grab all these guys off here and put them in my hand and pick one out. These are all the eligible divisions. And it's going to come back with 1 step. And we picked up a 1222. So we'll grab that, put a step loss on him, and he's going to come back. He can go, I believe, adjacent to an HQ. So we'll work that out in a second. And I can also get an alarm unit, which I don't think I have any of available. What do we got here? Nope. So that's a bit of a bummer, but now we need to roll for replacements. I rolled a 10 for that. That's going to give me a fighter, attack, 2 packs, and an equipment. I have no fighter damage that I'm aware of. Let's grab the equipment, the packs, and these can go. I'm going to pop these back here somewhere. Actually, we'll put them off map for the moment. And let's see. Now I'm supposed to refit aircraft. I got to check. I don't think I have any aircraft that were flown last turn because, yeah, they did not fly. All right. So I think that's all we got. So that's the sort of administrative stuff, and then we're going to move on to the actual gameplay. Turn whatever we're at, 26th of July for the Soviets. And we're going to get to the movement phase. So let's see here. Oh, reinforcements. Let's check the reinforcement chart. I know there's some stuff due here. I'm just going to find the arrivals chart. At least I hope there's some stuff due. 26th. Yeesh. Okay, not as much as I thought. MiG-3 fighter, which ain't gonna make a whole lot of difference to anybody, since they all kind of suck anyway. So we'll pop that down over here somewhere off map and on the airfield. And we also get entry D or E 734 Cav. So bear with me while I find that. There he is. We'll just grab that guy. And then we also need the 21st Mountain and the 52nd. See if we can find those guys real quick. Should have pulled these for you before we got started. Sorry about that. I will probably bring those units on later then. I don't know where if I can find the other guys real quickly here. Paratroopers, bicyclists, tanky looking things. Nope. So I'll grab those two other units or that other unit later. We'll just put that stuff all to one side, and we'll focus in on trying to rescue or block this hole that I've created. Put those over there. Okay, one thing that I chose to do as the Soviets, which is going to cause a little bit of a problem for us, is that I pushed forward. See all these HQs that I have here, and they're on their move side. Last turn I moved them up, and the idea was that it would improve the AA rating, the flak fire, the flak die roll, when the Germans tried to, hit these and DG them. So I pulled quite a few units forward, and I have not left much in the backfield where I could, for instance, pop, if I had an HQ here, I could have popped reinforcements right there, and that would have been nice. So I haven't done that, and it's going to be a little bit problematic. Well, I see a few folks starting to join in, so welcome, welcome. Moving relatively slowly here. We're doing the Soviet turn for the 26th of July. We've got a bit of a potential breakthrough going on here, but the supply line is going to be tenuous for the Germans as a recap, and the Soviets are still they're looking a little skinny. So we need to work out what we're going to do and how we're going to reinforce this area up here. And I think what we'll do is fuel this guy. I'm going to pull fuel from over here. So we'll fuel him. And anything in his range, which will include this guy. We'll flip him over. And I may get desperate and push some of this artillery. I'm going to fuel this HQ as well. And shoot. We're in kind of a sticky wicket here, actually. This is going to be difficult. All right. Oh, I want to get this HQ up here. I'm going to leave this HQ here for the moment because I may find other units that I can supply. Fuel, I mean. But I am going to move this chap 8 hexes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess to the marshes. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can get to here. So that'll at least put a little bit of a slowdown on the I'm sorry, hang on 1 second here. All right, so we'll move this guy up here. I'm going to move these guys back. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to have to try and hold belly. I don't even know how you pronounce that. 1, 2, 3. This will slow them down going this way. 1, 2, 3 to here. Hey, Toro. Whoa, Toro. Konnichiwa. Good to see you in Japan, huh? And let's see. I have nothing off board I can use. Dang it. I'm going to strap move. Oh, they can't strap move yet. Wow. This has really caught me by surprise going up the north here. I'm just wondering how much of a reaction I need to have for this. I'm going to have to ship some supplies up there. There's only 3T up there. So let's grab 2 SP from here. Make this into 2 2s. 2 2s. Take the 4 off. Take 2. And we're going to dump it up here and drop it off. And that's going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half, 17 and a half, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 27 to there, and then I can pick up 27. Let's go all the way back here. 27, 28, 29, 29. That's 34 and a half to there. 34 and a half, 35, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's, yeah. Let's leave that there for the moment then. Yeah, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5 to there. Here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to grab a unit by rail and move these guys up to reserve. Put them in reserve proper. And we're going to have to do some shuffling around with supply, but we'll do that a little bit later on. Okay, so we've started to move some forces up there. I think you could see most of that while I was doing it. Now, this furball here, such a mess. Just trying to refresh my memory as to what's in here. It's been a week since I've played. I've been traveling. I'm going to move this HQ out. Let's do that. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to there. 10. Here we go. Let's move this guy to here. 10. Let's put this guy back here. Let's count this guy off again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Well, at least we've got the rail. This guy's not going to be in range, so I am going to flip this. I'm going to move these half. I've got 5 wagons just right here, and I am going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Flip this over to here, and we're going to try and move that dude up to there to protect the extender, and that's where that supply ends up. These guys are going to keep moving this supply. I don't know why they're on the rail line. They should have been here, but that's okay. I must have made a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm dropping everything here. 7 to drop it off. 7 to drop it off. 8, 9, and 10. You know what? I think this fuel must have been with this guy. So I will have to pop that there as well. You know what? I'm going to put this extender back because I'm not sure what I'm doing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think this stuff was here. But let's just move that. Let's just keep that right there for now. And we'll come back to that and think about it. And we'll remind ourselves to do that by putting a little block on it. All right. I'm not going to do too much in this section over here. Hey everybody, well, welcome. If you want to say hi, please go right ahead. Toro's already said hi. Feel free to join in. So I'm going to flip this dude over here to a 12. we've got a little bit of a problem with these 2 units here. If I could DG these, it would still, oh no, it would still be an 8, but it would only be a 2 on the effectiveness rating. I think this was here, wasn't it? Shoot, I don't remember. No, I knocked it off somewhere. I knocked it off from here. Crap, I don't know where that was. I think it was there. So that might be an opportunity to actually do a counterattack there. Right here, if I could knock out the Deutschland, that would be pretty sweet. Can I get anything else decent in? I can get this guy in. We can move this guy 2 to there. I can move this one. Let's see what else I've got here. I can get those 2 steps involved. It's kind of all in, and then you've got to work out if it's really worth it or not. It's kind of a knee-jerk reaction too. I need to move 1 more unit, infantry unit, into here. Here's the guy. I'm going to do some shuffling here, so pardon me. Well, maybe not. Maybe what I do is leave that as, no, it's only 6 though. Let's get that off there. Can turn that into a 5. Let's get 1 less counter in there. Dang. I am going to need more stuff here. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Good to see you, mate. Let's see if we can't work out how to solve this little problem here. I can't weaken this flank too much because it'll not bode well. But I got to get some more strength in here regardless. You know what I should do? Yeah, I can't do that now. They're adjacent. So I'm just going to move this dude into here. And we'll swap them, and I'll move this dude out. Oh, there's some sort of hair follicle or something attaching to things. Put this guy over. Put this guy back here. Come on, dude. And I'll move this guy down 1. I know that was all very confusing, but I know what I'm doing, sort of. We can keep track of this. Ah, shit. Little pieces. And this guy was here. All right, and this guy goes here. And where was my, oh no, this HQ was here actually. There we go. All right, now, there was that. That looked painful, more painful than it was. Now we've got to try and sort out the drama around Smolensk. These areas here, attacking across a river is not going to be very beneficial to these fellas. So it's unlikely they'll try and attack across here, but we do kind of try and need to protect against it, and I want to try and get these 2 units out of here as well. Yeah, I need to move some of that crap. Let's see. I'm going to try and artillery barrage that with a bunch of stuff. Spend a lot of T's to do that. So we get the DG, and then I'll use probably 4 or 5 steps here and attack that stack. In the meantime, I also want to attack this stack with artillery, and potentially this stack if I can reach it, so that we can mitigate any reinforcement going on here. So first up, well, you know what? We could also do this stack as well. Yeah, we could have a little barraging fun here. these guys. Oh wait, I bet you there's already under here. Nope. Oh, there is already there. Okay. All right. So let's just make a note that we want to try and artillery barrage these guys. And potentially attack that guy. I don't think I need to shuffle anything else around here, although this now is very weak right there. So the only thing I can do, earlier on I fueled this guy and he would have been in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna no, I can't do that. I was gonna move him. All right, let's try and get this artillery, this cavalry out of the way. We're going to move him to here. And flip this guy over. And we'll move them to there on the river. We'll turn these guys over. I'm going to flip these dudes over. I'm going to move this guy up 1, 2 to there. Whoops. The zoom is very sensitive at the moment. Okay. I've got this large stack here that I think I just going to dump these guys out of the way so that they wouldn't get hurt. So I'm going to move them 1 across the river, get the artillery out of the way. And I made a supply dump here as well with 5 in it. I'm going to push this dude up to here. Push this dude up to here. All right. I'm going to give up over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to give up Mogilev and try and weasel my way out of there. Over here. It's kind of time. Well, maybe I'll leave these. See, this is a good unit, I think. Yeah, it's taking 2-step losses. We could rebuild that guy, so let's try and get out of there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stack them. We'll leave that guy in there. We'll stack that guy up in there. And we'll go 1, 2 there. All right. This is really a bit of a dog's breakfast down here as well. I'm going to shuffle some forces around here. That's the weakest link right there. I think the Germans have effectively made that little breach here, so it might be worthwhile falling off a step or two. Dropping back. Because I need to reinforce some of this stuff here. 1, 2. 1, 1. I'm a little bit out of position in some ways. I've got quite a few forces down in Kuchev, down to the left here, but they're so slow that I don't know they can really race. By the time I race them up there, there'll probably be a problem somewhere else. So I might as well leave them here and protect this area because it's a pretty fast track resupply route and trace route if it's done right. These are just suckers. Right, and I've got some forces all the way up over here that they're fairly nominal. Ah, that's right. I do have reinforced here. So here's where the rub is. All these units here, they are not dead. They're coming on the board, uh, and I've been holding them off map for the time being. And in fact, I need to check to make sure these are not supposed to come on as well. 22nd HQ. I think they were scheduled to come on, and I was moving them around from one location to the next. So bear with me for a second while I check that. Yeah. Oh no, they were removed. How about that? All right, so they removed units. Let's take them and put them somewhere else. Maybe they'll come back on the game later on. I don't know. I haven't looked that far ahead. Okay. And so I'm waiting to keep these, I'm keeping these guys off map here, mainly so that I can have an opportunity to do some sort of counterattacking down in here, and maybe we can block supply, particularly interesting now that the Germans have pushed 3 divisions this way. Germans are on a tight clock here as well. They've got the challenge of, yeah, most of these divisions are going to be diverted by Hitler come the middle of August, thereabouts, or late August. So that we're running out of time. The Germans are running out of time to be using them effectively. So we've got to kind of keep at it. So that makes it a little bit of a challenge. And that's why I did that diversion that went up this way, because I wanted to use these guys and get something value out of them rather than just grinding away here in the marshes and the woods at everybody being halved and all that, in fighting in very close to range. So, all right. So if that is effectively the movement for the majority of the forces, anything I've missed, I'll deal with later. I mean, it's not a big deal playing by myself. It doesn't matter if we make a few minor adjustments along the way. So barraging, let's have a look. I think I really want to try and hammer all of this as much as I can, and maybe even some forces up into try and fire at these. We've got lots of supply here. I've got 5 SP down in this little patch down, this little stack here. So I will use it. Let's see, maybe I won't. Let's see if I have the range. Well, first of all, we're going to hit this guy here with 26. Let me grab my little handy dandy chart. We've got somebody adjacent, so we're spotting, I should say. Roll 3 dice, and the yellow die will be the damage if there is any stat losses and stuff like that. I said there were 26 factors. There's 2 re in that hex. So that is going to mean basically be no shifts. So I rolled a 10 and a 6 on 26 factors. A 10 and then rolling a 6 is going to cause a step loss. So that is one hell of a barrage, and that cost me full SP. So let's flip this little guy down to a 4. And that guy has fired. I'm going to assume he was in range 1, 2, 3. Yes, he is. So I'm going to choose to lose. Oh, that's that 18th as well. That's one of the only divisions that has both its mechanized infantry regiments. Well, that sucks. Put a GG marker on it. That was good shooting. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Where is that already? Here it is here. 2, range 2, and supply will come from here, and it can be thrown by any one of these guys basically. And so we're going to hit this guy with this stack with 26, and he's going to be in close terrain. So that's going to move it back 1 column, and they are a battalion, 2 battalions, so it's going to be 1 re. So that'll drop it back another column. So it's 26 minus 2 columns, and I rolled a 6. So that's going to put it on the 12 to 16, and a 6 is good enough for DG, but not good enough to do much else. So that will be another full SP of supply, which I shall deftly pick up out of here. I'm going to flip that guy over to a 4, and I'm going to keep that 5 out. and we'll use it to supply most of the other attacks. We'll just put it here, okay? Okay, so that's that guy, and that was this dude from here. Now I want to hit this hex with 1, 2, 3, 4. They're out of range. Is there anybody here? Nope. These are in range. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So these guys will fire 26. You know, we might as well fire. Can I get up to the next table? No, I can't. So 26 is good. So 26, and that's going to be another SP. So we'll make that a 3 now. I rolled a 3. And this always happens when I play the Soviets. It's freaking annoying. So that's nothing. That was that guy 5. Shoot. All right, 1, 2, 3. So 126 into here, and then I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do 54 into 52. Sorry, 26 and 26. I'm going to do 52 into this hex. All right, so 4T. So I'm going to drop that down to a 2. And we're doing 26 on that, guys. Let's roll the dice. 10. So that will DG him. Germans are going to regret trying to close in on Smolensk like this with just 1 division, basically unsupported. Next attack is 54. That's 60. And I rolled a 5. Oh my gosh, just as well, huh? That's open terrain, I believe, underneath all that. I rolled a 5. That's just enough for DG. That's going to cost 6T. That'll leave 2 out of this, 2 out of that. And I drop that counter. We'll just get that later. You don't need to hear me grunting and groaning to pick up stuff. All right, so we DG'd a bunch of stuff, but we didn't knock out any more steps, which would have been nice as the artillery guy to do that, as the Soviet. All right. Any other barraging? I might try and get lucky up here as well. Let's see if we can't do some damage up here. I don't have a lot to attack with up here, but this might be an interesting hex to try. So let's put 26 on that guy and make that a 1. And we'll do 26. 2 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice. Oh, I rolled a 3. Really? That was expensive. Waste. All right. Well, there you go. Fine. Suck it. Okay. So, now, if we are done with movement, which I think, generally speaking, we are, supply phase, I do have units that are out of supply in these cities over here, so we're going to do attrition rolls for them. And we'll start up here and we'll roll for attrition here. I'm just going to grab the dice, we'll roll them, and then we'll look at what the ARs are. I rolled a 6, and we're going to pull this little guy out here. And yeah, they got a 2 rating. A 2 rating. Where is my little table? That's going to kill something, but I was just going to check how many. A 6 on a 2 is going to be 2 steps, and I only believe I have 2 steps, so those guys all die. Great. They all die. So that's, this hex is now empty, so Videbsk falls. Now, the Orsha units have nothing. They have no supply in there either. And I rolled an 11. Oh dear, that's not going well. Well, they're outside Orsha anyway. But we have a 3 rating on an 11. That's going to kill 4 steps, so that kills everything there. Oh dear, oh me. All right. That was the last unit from that motorized brigade. That motorized formation, I should have taken them, retreated them out of the danger zone. So that's Orsha. And these fellas were in supply last turn. They are now not in supply this turn. I guess, do I have any SP in there? I don't think I do. No. I'm going to roll for these guys. I'm going to roll a 5 on a 3. I think it was a 3. Well, if it's a 3, that'll be no loss. It's not a 3. It's a... Oh, it is a 3. Okay, no loss. Damn it. Not good for the Germans. Right, so that's supply. Sorry, that was this hex here. Okay. Now, supply phase done, reaction. Germans are not going to react. I don't think that even if these guys did try and react, that they could help down here. The Russians are going to attack. I just dropped a counter and splashed a bunch of units. Beautiful. Attacking this hex is the one I want to attack, I think, only because I can get the most stuff around it, and I've got a 3 rated unit there. So these guys are halved, and they lose 1 on their AR. So that's going to bring them down to a 2. And I'm going to use this dude, 13, and I'm going to use this dude with 18, but he's taken a step loss. That's going to be... I divide this out proportionally, so that's going to be, let's see, if I use the 18, is he the best guy to use? I guess is the first question. Probably, because I get the biggest bang for my buck with just 2T being used. So I would have, he's in 1 loss, so he would have 12 in here, and 13 would be 25 total versus 8 on a 2 versus a 3. Okay, so let me just check something real quick here. Without getting too excited. Let's check this terrain. So it's only going to be a... Is it in the clear? 18. Yes. I think they're all in the clear here. Yep. Shoot. All right. This is 18 versus 8. That's a tough attack. 18 versus 8. How much more do I need to get it up to 3 to 1? I need just two more factors. So let's just use... here we go. These guys. That's a 6 divided by 2 coming across the river is a 3. So that will get us up to 3 to 1. And I'm going to have to spend 3, 4, 5, 6T to do this attack. And this HQ can pull for all these guys. So there's 2T. And I need another 4. So, shoot. I just found another unit. I need to roll 4 for attrition. So there's another 4T out. Okay. Some of these units, these counters are actually different sizes. That happens with a lot of game manufacturers. Okay, so we paid, right? Well, that goes back in there too, shit. All right, oh no it doesn't, sorry. So doing 3-1, and it's a +1 on the die roll for the surprise. And I rolled a 6 + 1 is a 7. And I rolled a 5 for the change. And a 7 is not going to be good enough to get surprise. And nor is it going to be good enough for the defender to get surprise. So it's going to be a straight up 3-1 attack in close terrain because this one unit is coming across the river. And it's a +1. I rolled a 9 + 1 is a 10 on 3-1 in close. And that's going to be AO1 DL101. So let's do the defender. Shit. Well, the 11th will die. And the Deutschland will retreat 1. These guys will have to take their option and lose a step. So that guy's going to get a step loss. And these guys go back in the stack. And we will advance all y'all into there. That's a Texas thing, all y'all. All right. Yeah, that was expensive. So I paid for that. Oh, these guys have to pay. Oh, shoot, they've got to pay. Can I throw? Can I throw? Can I throw? Can I throw? I think I got the truck. Nope. I may have just screwed myself here with supply. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not close enough, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. Because it has to get to here to be adjacent is close enough. Because we were 1 hex further forward. Which means that would be halved. Well, I can go low. I go low ammo. That's fine. I believe we can do that. Which makes it even worse for that 1 unit. All right. What a mess for the Germans. That's why you don't do the piecemeal little advances like that. That was silly gameplay, and I thought I knew better, but I guess I didn't today. All right. Yes, yes, Toro, it is hell for the Germans at Smolensk, that's for sure. All right, okay, not fun. Nothing fun happening. Let's see, the end of this will be exploitation, which there is none for the Soviets. They did not earn an exploit in that attack. Cleanup phase means I'm going to get to pull this DG off that Russian unit. I told you I had 1 more unit to roll for this has been our supply, and he rolled a 7, and that's going to kill this dude here because he is out of supply. So he is gone. And that, my friends, is a horrible end result of the 26th for the Germans, who now have a low ammo unit. All these DG'd guys. Three divisions up here on the right trying to do some silly ass end around, and long tenuous lines. Now the good news is Orsha is clear, and we can potentially adjust where our extender is and really start pushing some forces, pushing some supply into where it needs to be. So the problem for the Russians, on the other hand, as Toro just mentioned here, is the Russians have a very thin defense up in the north. There's literally just a couple of half-assed units up there, and they have kind of gone overweight. You know, they're overweight on southern defense here, mainly because this is what it looked like. It was a big push coming for the Germans, right? Well, the Germans have been nimble and adapted and moved up here. And now we'll probably see the Germans start to push as much infantry as they can into this kind of area, and obviously try and get some sort of supply chain happening at the very least, we're going to eat off the map for a turn or two. While supply is skinny in this game overall, up until I think the 22nd of, is it the 22nd of August, I want to say? Let me just check the chart. You are getting on average 7 SP a turn, or 6 SP a turn thereabouts, as the German player. So if you can bank 1 SP a turn or a few T a turn, that all starts to add up. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do very much of that. I do have some decent SP stacks floating around, but they're not in convenient locations. There's 5 here. Which reminds me, could I have thrown from there? No, I couldn't have picked it up anyway. Yes, I had to use the fuel out of my SS truck to sponsor this attack going in here. Anyway, we've got an extender up here. We'll work it out. We'll we'll try and make something magic happen the next couple of turns for the Germans. And in the meanwhile, the Russians are going to have to work out how to reinforce this area up here. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I appreciate you taking the time. Pretty hard to do this live, so if you saw mistakes and everything, I appreciate people making comments and let me know. I really don't need a hex by hex, blow by blow exposition of every single little thing I did wrong, because we're just playing solo here and having some fun. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Patrick, nice chatting with you as well, and Toro, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will say ciao.